Yeah, it's your boy Fist in his house, bringing you another great edition of Call of Duty from me to you, because that's what I do. Awesome. I love this game. Sometimes the one thing I don't like is you can't see the glass. Like, they don't put shades on the glass, so you run into them sometimes. I mean, those are the little things that you don't like. So what? Who cares, man? So anyways, going back to the series, I know we left off in the last video that, you know, hey, it was a preface and all those things, but I mean, really, this series is made for you guys. The series is made for you if you're looking to get better at this game. How to get better at Infinite Warfare. How to grasp the concept of the game. So let me break it down for you, and I'm trying to make this simple because a lot of times people need to visualize things. You need to see things to understand what a person is talking about. So, if you've never played Call of Duty before, I did a basic video of a setup of the things that you need to have, and I'll try to touch base on those. If you guys want to see more things of how to get better, or advanced videos how to get better, or any of those things, I'll try to help you out the best I can. So, I want to talk about the basic things, the basic premise of this game. So this Infinity Ward had a 3-year process to develop this game. So when you look at Infinite Warfare and Infinity Ward, I think that they were given the reins to make the game how they seen fit. And so this was a true culmination of their design. They didn't want anything to do with Treyarch or Vince or West or any of those guys. And the sad part is that a lot of people got released because they said the game didn't do so well. And the reason being is because I think they got so much freedom to make the game they wanted to make. It alienated a lot of people in the respect that it was a very complicated game. And when you have a name, when you put Call of Duty on a title, there has to be an element of where players can pick up the game and it can be really easy. And yet, it could be complicated too. This game just came out of the box and it was a complex game. So there was going to be no new players, and if there were, it was going to be really hard for them to learn. So the 3-year cycle for Infinity Ward was to develop their own type of game. And mostly, when you look at all of the Call of Duties out there, I mean, Black Ops 3, you could run, you could wall run. Most of the map was geared towards trying to stay on the ground. This game is strictly, if you've ever played some of the more famous PS4 games, where map creation is incredible. And I mean, that's my opinion. But I think if you look at some of the other PS4 games out there, I can't think of it off the top of my head, had great designs but terrible gameplay. This game has superb joystick movement. And so when you couple that in with, aftermarket essentials, like a aftermarket controller that helps people move, because you have to aim, you have to jump, and you have to shoot, and that all has to be in one action to shoot somebody. And if you don't have that action, then it pretty much puts you on the island. So these aftermarket essentials, like a aftermarket controller with paddles on the back of that. So if you don't know what that is, sometimes people play with a regular grip on the controller. And I know I'm not visualizing this in the video, and it's hard for you guys to understand that. But sometimes people, they just use a regular hand setup. And when you buy a regular controller, like an Xbox or a PS4 controller, there's no buttons that are on the back of the controller or paddles or any extra stuff on the controller to help you move in those sequences that are fluent. So let's say, for instance, you got to jump in the air and hit X and then move your joystick at the same time. Well, if you're using a regular hand movement, you can't jump and hit X without bumping into the stick and not have your aim right. So a lot of people use peripherals, like I don't want to mention any names, but there are controllers out there and they got sticks in the back of them like paddles, and it helps you avoid that problem and move better. So this game is mainly designed out of the spectrum of a basic controller. So when you design a game that's out of the spectrum of a basic controller, it's, I mean, well, because it's an unfair advantage of other people having controllers that are better than yours, then it leads you in a bad position. So this game started out with none of that stuff. When Call of Duty 4 first came out, there was no peripherals. So now we're looking at 4K TV, which gives you a better depth perception, 4K monitors, better depth perception, so somebody can see you faster. Then on top of that, you got controllers, headsets, controller sticks, I mean, seats, anything you could think of, it is on the market. So in order to even be good at these games, you're gonna have to do the research to get those peripherals, which means extra joystick controlling type things with paddles on them, headsets, microphones, all those things that come with being a better player at the game. If you don't even have those things, it's really, really hard to compete against people that do. So that's one of the drawbacks of an advanced Call of Duty release. Whereas if somebody's never experienced it or had those things, they wouldn't know the difference. So those are some of the things. If you didn't know, now you know. And it's really hard because a lot of people don't even care to do the research or unless somebody shows them. So in the next couple of videos, maybe I'll show you things you need to have, like a headset and a controller and all those things I just said. But the main thing is, I mean, we got a long way to go. And I really want people to enjoy this game because if you get players that play like you do, and I mean, every video is going to be different because map play is based on map specificness and how people move around and what goes on. Those are important factors too, and we'll cover them. So there's tons of factors into having good gameplay. But the main thing is the game was built around advanced movement, and peripherals don't come with advanced movement. So those are some of the things you have to be careful about and understand. I'll see you tomorrow. I know these videos are short, but we got so much to say, so we'll probably do 200 videos. Until next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace. I'm out.